Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for a mini collection video here on the channel. Used to do these a lot in the early days of the channel, but basically the idea is I'm all over the place when it comes to the hobby. I collect way too many things and I have a hard time focusing. So one of the ways I deal with that is to sometimes kind of compartmentalize and form little mini collections where I can get a few cards that are sort of tied together and consider that a complete small portion of my PC and kind of compartmentalize that and consider it complete and move on to something else. And I have today a mini collection that contains a few cards. I think it's 5 in total, featuring the great Connor McDavid. And this is in my opinion, a sneaky good mini collection. So the card that we're gonna focus on as part of this is this card here. Is the 2016 Upper Deck flagship Connor McDavid card. So this is his second year card. His Young Guns rookie came in the 2015 Upper Deck release. So this is his second year. And as such, it is his first just regular base Upper Deck flagship card. Not a Young Guns rookie, just a base card in the set like every other player. First time that happened for him, being a second year card. And it's a card that I think is important because he is such a good player. He is a generational player and so good that I don't really think it's only his rookie that's important. I think, even second, third year McDavid cards are significant. Enough so that I picked this one up in a PSA 9, even though it's just an Upper Deck base card. So happy to have that. It wasn't, I didn't break the bank on that or anything, but felt like it was an important card to have in the McDavid collection. Do try to collect the man. I can't be a super collector because he's, very, very expensive, but happy to get what I can. And I have a few parallels of that card that represent my favorite modern Upper Deck parallels and kind of round out this mini collection. So with this card and with all Upper Deck cards, they have an e-pack program where you can digitally open packs. It's like an app on your smartphone or your web browser. You can open packs and accumulate cards digitally. Well, if you get 10 copies of a Connor McDavid base card in e-pack, you can trade them in for 1 silver foil parallel. And that will be an actual physical card that you can obtain via ComC. So even though you open the digital cards in e-pack, you exchange 10 of them in and you get a physical card in ComC that is this silver foil parallel. So these aren't numbered. It's not known exactly how many are out there because it really depends on how many people redeem enough base cards to get one, but they're not plentiful either. And was really happy to find this one in a matching PSA 9 slab to the base card that I have. This is a card that I do have raw, and I showed really early on. It was probably somewhere in my first 50 videos here on the channel. I showed that ungraded copy, but was really happy to supplement that with that fine PSA 9. And then also in that e-pack program, another card that I've talked about over the past couple of years is the speckled rainbow foil. It was originally known as gold rainbow foil, became speckled rainbow foil. Same concept. You would get base Connor McDavid's via e-pack, only the gold rainbow foil or speckled rainbow foil, you need 100 copies of a player's card to get one of these parallels. So it is 10 times, scarcer or harder to obtain than the silver foil. They look gorgeous. This is actually the first year that they did the speckled rainbow foil promotion via e-pack, and I'm very, very fortunate to have one of these in a BGS slab here, 9.5, that I purchased way back when. Probably it was even before like the hobby craziness and the bump that happened around the pandemic, but man, check out this card. And Beckett is not my favorite slab by any means, but these are rare enough that like I couldn't really be too picky. I just had to take the opportunity to get one and get it any way that I could. So maybe someday I would cross this over to a PSA and, maybe get a 10, but I would honestly be happy with a 9, given that my others here are 9s as well. But there is the gold rainbow foil. Again, not serial numbered, not known exactly how many are out there, but if you know hockey and you've searched for or tried to collect these over the years, they're really, really tough especially for the superstar players, and especially, a few years after a set's release. So with this being the very first time that they made that parallel, that's actually a sneaky good card. And then I have two more. This is another parallel they started in 2016. So this is the first year that they did it. I've talked about it many times. It's called Clear Cut. These are printed on acetate cardstock. You can see the other McDavids in the background here. I think that's perfect for a game played on ice. These are really tough. They're not numbered, but they fall at a rate of maybe like 3 per case, something like that. And they parallel the entire 500 card Upper Deck flagship set. So you have to open dozens and dozens and dozens of cases of Upper Deck hockey product to find any one player's, a single clear cut card of any one player. So because of that, these are also tough as well. As with the first 3 cards we saw today, not numbered or anything, but instantly recognizable. And this one was a real challenge. I've only seen a couple of copies of this 2016 McDavid in a clear cut even surface in recent years. I did have to pay up for it. Zero regrets. So glad to have it. And, it's an important part of this, what I kind of think of as a trilogy of my favorite modern Upper Deck parallels, kind of bundling the silver and the gold rainbow or speckled foil together as one via that E-Pack promotion. Clear Cut is the second. And then last but not least, the third that I just love. It's been around since the late 90s. This is a monster McDavid card. For those of you that know, you'll know, or if you've tried to search this out for some reason, or any of these exclusives, UD exclusives, you'll know. Here it is, the Upper Deck exclusives, Connor McDavid. Second year card in a PSA 9, serial numbered out of 100, as these have been every year, with one exception going all the way back to the late 1990s. Love this parallel. I've mentioned it before and even recently, but Upper Deck exclusives hockey parallels have been a serial numbered parallel in the Upper Deck flagship product for longer than Topps Gold has been serial numbered in the world of baseball. I just think it's crazy that these inserts, have a longer lineage as far as serial numbered parallels go than Topps Gold. And I just think they should get more appreciation and love than they do, although in some cases they do. And this is one of those cases. This is a super hard card to find. Obviously 100 produced. It's now 6 or 7 years in the rearview mirror since this was printed up. McDavid has become the best player on the planet, and these have, completely dried up. It's not abnormal to go months at a time or longer without seeing one surface on eBay. I know my buddy Eric over at Those Back Pages has one as well that he got recently, so I'm not planning on giving mine up anytime soon. I don't think he is either, so that means there are 98 more copies of this 2016 exclusives Connor McDavid out there in circulation for any of you that are hopeful. So that is a wrap. That is my mini collection of various parallels of the very important second year Connor McDavid Upper Deck flagship card. Really, this was something that took years to assemble. I've had the clear cut for probably 3 or 4 years. Got the exclusives only in the last few months. So there was a lot of patience involved in assembling this collection, but I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And it's a mini collection that I hope to keep with me for as long as I'm in this hobby. So there's some Connor McDavid fire for you. Really appreciate you stopping by to check these out, spend a little time with me here on the channel. And I will certainly be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care, and as always, enjoy the hobby.